Okay, next we have quantifiers. There are two types of quantifiers that we work with. Universal quantifiers, which include or exclude everything. So all, every, each, no, or none. Existential quantifiers just indicate something exists. So some, there exists at least one. It is more difficult to negate statements that contain quantifiers than it is to negate most simple statements. If we consider this statement, all of the girls in the group are named Mary, what would be the negation of the statement? We actually have to consider three possible cases, and they're not listed on the next, they're listed below. Okay, so we have three groups. First group I'm calling Group A. All of the girls in that group have a first name of Mary. Mary Astor, Mary Brown, and Mary Clay. Group B has one Mary and then a Carol and a Debbie. And Group C has no Marys. It has Evelyn, Fran, and Jenny. Okay, so what we want to do is, what you have to recognize is that if the statement itself is true, then the negation must be false. If the statement itself is false, the negation must be true. So what we have to do is we have to look at all of these particular groups and identify what is going on in the group. And we start with our initial statement. All of the girls in the group are named Mary. Okay, so that's our original statement. So I have the groups labeled over here to the right. Let's look at Group A. Tell me whether it's true or false. Looking at Group A, all of the girls in the group are named Mary. True or false? Mary, Mary, Mary. That's true. Okay, let's look at Group B. And I'm going to say the same thing. All of the girls in the group are named Mary. Is that true or false? Well, she is, but they aren't, so that's false. Okay, Group C, all of the girls in the group are named Mary. If I look at that one, none of them actually are named Mary, so saying all of them are would be false. Now, what I know is that the negation of this statement, which is what we're looking for, should give me false for Group A, true for Group B, and true for Group C. Now, most students jump from all to none. That's their first impulse. Okay, well, the opposite of all is none. Let's see if that is true. All right, so let's look at a Group A. Let's say, whoops, I don't want that. Let's say for Group A, none of the girls in the group are named Mary. Well, that's false. And Group B, none of the girls in the group are named Mary. That's also false. And for Group C, none of the girls in the group are named Mary. That's true. So we see we don't actually have a negation. We've got a problem here with Group B. We need for that to become a true. So that one's not it. That's not the negation. All right, let's consider the next one. Some of the girls in the group are not named Mary. So let's look at our first group, Group A. Some of the girls in the group are not named Mary. That's false. That's what we want. We want to go from a true to a false. B, some of the girls in the group are not named Mary. That's true. And C, some of the girls in the group are not named Mary. That's also true. It turns out all of them are not named Mary, but all would include some. Okay, so it looks like this is a negation. Let's see, we have a couple of other candidates. Not all of the girls in the group are named Mary. So let's try that with Group A. Not all of the girls in the group are named Mary. Well, that would be false. Group B, not all of the girls in the group are named Mary. That would be true. And Group C, not all of the girls in the group are named Mary. That's also true. So here we have another way we can negate it. So we can say some are not, when we're talking about all are, some are not would negate it, or not all are would negate it. Now here's a kind of a similar way, just a rearrangement of the words from the last one. Does it mean the same thing? Let's see. All of the girls in the group are not named Mary. Well, that would be false. All of the girls in the group are not named Mary. Well, that's false because there is one named Mary. All of the girls in the group are not named Mary. That would be true, but we're not getting what we need for group B, so that one doesn't work. So you have basically two ways to negate all are. It would be some are not, or not all are. So two ways to negate that. And we do have a worksheet that we will work on. Actually, you have a couple of labs we'll be working on. Okay, it says, which of the above statements is the negation of the original statement? Put asterisks by them. Okay, I've already done that. Now, notice the statement all, and my T kind of got slipped down there when I transferred to the journal. All do, the negation is some do not, or not all do. The statement some do is negated as none do, or all do not. Okay, and likewise you can go the other way. Some do not is negated all do, and none do is negated as some do. And we'll be taking a look at a negation lab in the future where I actually give you a summary of how to negate using the quantifiers. That's the first group. Second group, I believe, is using De Morgan's law when you're negating a compound statement such as that contains and or. And then the third group is negating the if-then statements. So each of those has a different way to negate. So you want to hang on to this from 3.1. When you get to the negating lab, you'll have to look back at this to remember how to go about negating. So your next step is to watch the sample problems, and that concludes this recording.